For the best TV viewing experience, witness the coziest maroons, the most vibrant and brightest moons, the eeriest and darkest tombs, and radiant and vivid hues in any type of room with the Neo QLED and OLED TVs by Samsung. We're supposed to say Samsung, but that didn't rhyme, so you're welcome. Samsung, more wow than ever.
Can an insurance bot ever really understand your needs?
Do you think I'd benefit from bundling my auto and home coverage?
Searching for homes with car dealerships nearby.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we'll help you save money and time by bundling your auto and home insurance. It's your future. Let's protect it. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix.
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
Then you can just ride it the whole thing.
With Stix.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, plenty of tissue on deck. Okay, we ready.
Yeah.
We're gonna air out. I don't have no Xanax or no Zoloft or none of that stuff, right?
I wouldn't expect anything less from you, homie.
But hey, if anybody need a drink, I can pour them up one and I'll fax it over. Or scan. I mean, I got.
I've only been home for like 30 minutes, and I'm already a few deep. I've needed these all day since about 11 a.m. Trent, what's up, bro?
I mean, since like 2001.
Right.
Yeah, that too.
What's up, fellas?
What's happening?
Good.
Oh,
you know there's no baseball season, right? You
in the flesh.
Oh, what's up, little man?
Iceland. Hi, Graham.
Hi.
What up, yo?
Hey.
I know. I've already switched to baseball season with my beanie on.
Yeah, well, I don't like sports anyways, so good thing I don't like baseball or football.
That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do. You're not. Look, you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay?
That's right.
And that's what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be still analyzing what's going on and the probabilities, even though we're about to dump the first month of the season. It's already down. They already know this for a fact. You know what I mean? And the reason why this is all going down is for the exact situation and the reason that I have gathered y'all here today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ready to go to church today or what? Because look, they nothing like a good NFL storyline, ain't it? I'm trying to tell you, ain't nothing more beautiful than a house built by the NFL. That's the house you want to move into. You know what I'm saying? That's that's the good house, bro. I'm telling
you. Yeah, this is a wild day that started off all crazy, bro. We're gonna get into that as soon as we get all fired up. We're ready to go.
We are ready to go, and we on. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to waste any material.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we're on.
Not on YouTube yet. You want to be on YouTube?
Yeah, fired up, please.
Jesus, I guess I got to do everything around this place.
Yeah, I know, right?
Crazy, bro.
I think you need a raise, bro.
I think I do. You want to pay me now?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think
I just told this dude to post something to IG, and all of a sudden he doesn't know how. After doing it hundreds of times. Well, I mean, I don't
How long did it take?
this.
How long did it take me to do that?
To do what?
To post to IG. It took me like 45 minutes. Hey, they don't pay me enough for that. That is your job, homie. Don't we have the wife lined up on the payroll for that? I'm pretty sure she's whatever. I can't remember her title.
You know better than that. Come on, man. I don't even know why you even think that is even popping. You understand? That is not even popping. You already know better than that. You better learn how to get your computer literacy one-on-one together. Okay. Just like when you was in the 9th grade and they showed you how to work on a word processor.
You live now on YouTube.
Hey,
good.
There we go. So, hey, I just want to let y'all know I brought all y'all here to tell y'all that the bad news, that the news that happened today, I'm sorry, but it's difficult. I know it's very difficult and hard for everybody to get a grasp on, but Richard Sherman, he had to plead guilty today for his mischievous activity from a couple months back. Now let's talk about it.
You're talking about Sherman? We talked about that.
Oh my God.
Frick. That was like a year ago.
Yo,
ain't nobody care about that.
You got to show up to King. You got to show up to King County Court, man. I mean, this is serious news today. This is like what's breaking Twitter, trending crazy. It's everywhere. It's out of here.
He picked the first perfect day for it, huh?
yeah. He got that buried. He got
out.
Buried.
He got out. Yep. He said, "Hey, this would be the right time." Just like Aaron Rodgers throws it out there. Always wants to be in the spotlight. My dude, Aaron Rodgers. Respect. And
that was what started it all. That was what started it all today.
I agree 100%.
Domino.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like I blame Aaron Rodgers for all this Seahawks mishap stuff. However, the hit team, the homie investigation team, did some research, and supposedly, Aaron Rodgers was not the first choice of the Denver Broncos. So I wish we had Aaron Jones on here to give a little bit of insight, because I'm sure Aaron Jones had the inside information of being a Broncos fan, but I heard that he was not the first choice to be in Denver. But once the Aaron Rodgers, you're 100% right, Trent. Once the Aaron Rodgers ball fell and you saw the Devontae Adams franchise tag, you knew for a fact, we've said it before, that Rodgers was rolling back there.
Yeah.
Don't shake your head at me, homie.
I'm just saying, homie investigations are a little bit more thorough than just Rodgers wasn't the first choice. I mean, that's a little too vague.
Okay. Well, he wasn't talked to. He wasn't. They weren't discussing the information. He was never. They never called the Green Bay Packers. Just like the Green Bay Packers owner said, they haven't taken any calls.
Yeah, he's lying.
Okay, see.
But he's lying. Though. I mean, look at that. A package like this comes together just today, is what you're saying.
Right.
You heard you heard Pete Carroll and John Snyder say they're always taking phone calls for everybody.
Yeah.
That's right.
Everybody is. Everybody should be. You know, you can't, especially if you're in a position like that, when you have a high profile quarterback that arguably could go somewhere else, but we could keep him. Like, you have to hear all offers.
And that's exactly what you do. And we talked about this a few months back. And I told you when we had the discussion, Pete or Russ, right? I was just getting you in the mixture, okay, for the possibilities of something that needs to happen, right? I would agree that it should have been the coach, because you don't get struck by lightning twice. Russell was not like the number one draft choice overall. He wasn't Matt Stafford. He wasn't Jared Goff. He was a diamond in the rough, like Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? He was a dude that they found, and he came in and did this. This is the end and deading of a full era. This is worse than the breakup of Matt Hasselbeck, Sean Alexander, and all those guys. This is way worse than that, because there's no coming back from this. They had to make a choice to go get a company-designed haul a la Minnesota Vikings to get Herschel Walker, and you know what I'm saying, and what Dallas did did all of that, right, to build that championship that they did now. But you still have the same people that are running the show. John Snyder, kudos to this dude. You know what I'm saying? Shots out. I don't know what Pete's doing, because everything over there, the thinking is archaic to me. I don't know. Seattle, look, shed your tears, man.
I mean, Pete Carroll is 100 years old.
That's what
I was going to say. So he has a 5-year contract signed in 2020, right? So he's got 3 more years. So what's the plan this year? The plan is to tank so they can get a good draft pick next year. My boy just texted me CJ Stroud or forgot who the other guy was. Are they going to do that? No. Or is Pete Carroll just going to show up to the podium tomorrow and say, you know what? I think I'm done here. cash out, ready to go, something like that.
All
I figured
right,
it already be done by
on a scale.
6 o'clock tonight.
Over more than 50% of the chance that happens, or less.
I would hope that he would stay on for like another year, maybe two.
Yeah.
Just to get that class of new drafts coming in, and then like sets them on their path and just steps away. That's the only thing I can hope for right now, because if he steps away now, it's like everything's lost. I have no idea what the
Well, you'd have to justify that move. Why make the move unless there was a bigger plan or a different coach that Schneider had in mind, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sure there must be more involved, but I mean, off the few comments, you know, that make sense to me was, are we going to pay this guy up to 4 years, $200 million?
Okay.
Which is what Aaron Rodgers got, right?
Yep.
That or was not. Is he worth this? Do we think that he's worth that to us right now? And they made that justification, and they said, you know what? I think let's let him walk.
That's exactly how I had that.
You know,
business decisions.
100%. I agree with you, Trent, because I had that on my notes when I was thinking about this all day today.
Because that's what he would have to demand, right? That Russell's going to be like, hey, look at what this guy just got. In his mind, he's more valuable, if not just as valuable 100%. As him. So, you know, that's the decision they came with.
The Seahawks weren't going to pay him $50 million in a year and a half, or not next year, because it would have been the contract, but he would have asked for $50 million.
And they have to renegotiate. And they've already said they don't renegotiate in between or that early.
Right. And so what's going to happen even in 2 years from now, if Aaron Rodgers is getting $50 million supposedly the next contract he signs, you already got the Patrick Mahomes $500,000 for 10 years going on. So what's next? I mean, is it really going to be 50? Because in 2 years, it could be 65 million or whatever it is, even though the 100. Salary cap only went up from like 188 last year to
Arch Manning is getting 100. Arch Manning is getting 100 off the rip. Yeah. You think his grandfather and his uncles and them ain't sitting up here talking about, boy, we about to get paid.
Yeah.
Right. They're going to have the legacy cemented in there. That is for sure. So, but that's a great point, Trent. I love it. Because that was like, after I was thinking about it all day, trying to decipher what the hell went on. That's the most important thing that you can come up with is they're not going to pay him $50 million. They're not going to pay that.
Right. Why not?
But you get Drew Lock, you get 2 firsts, you get 2 second. I don't even know, are those even this year's picks?
Okay, word on the street is real homie investigation is the number 9. You know what I'm saying? Denver's number 9 is effectively now belonging to the Seahawks because they're not, I mean, you know, how many times you have multiple first same year? So this year's 9, and what the hell you gonna get? You see this combine, they sit up here looking at people's hands. Okay, there's nobody out here with a name that nobody even cares about unless it's Aiden Hutchinson or Thibodeau. That's it. Other than that, this draft is a wash. Just plug and play some cheap bodies in here. This number 9 is going to get you nothing. You know what I'm saying? You need to package up that 9 and get up out of there and get you some more guys and rebuild it in the same strategy that you did it the first time when the Legion of Boom came together. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they aren't about the first round pick anyways. That's what I don't understand with these first round picks. And if you're looking at a quarterback this year, you have Malik Willis, you have Matt Corral
this year.
No, they can't draft
Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, you're not doing that.
Any draft picks right now is not going to do them.
This is not it. These are not prospects.
Okay,
these are not prospects. These are guys you're sending to AA. You're sending these dudes to AA immediately.
Okay, so the prospects for you right now is obviously my boy Jameis Winston. We got that right. From Go Noles, right? You have Minshew, but he's under contract, so you'd have to trade for him. You got Mariota as a free agent.
There you go.
Word on the street is maybe a Derek Carr trade.
Oh,
but
you haven't set my guy yet. What's that one? What's your sleeper?
Here's the sleeper though.
Who
came to town 2 years ago that met with Pete Carroll and had a tryout that hasn't played in a long time.
Terrell Pryor. Matt Leinart.
Colin Kaepernick.
Oh yeah.
Think he gives a shot?
No, he doesn't. But that's fun. That's fun to talk about. But he doesn't.
I mean,
no.
keep it real. I mean, you got to. I mean,
Trent says,
it's so great. It's not happening.
Shut your mouth. We talk about
it. It is fun to talk about.
But I mean, that was one of the names out there. Or you got Cam Newton too.
School me on this one though, if this is even probable, because as soon as I saw that the news, I was like, okay, I'm hoping for like a 3-team deal where we pick up Kyler Murray,
a legitimate body, right?
Which would slip right into the same offense, right? Young
but the
kid,
same division though.
That's okay. Now we've got all these draft picks that we can do our draft day with Kevin Costner move right at the end and cash him in, and now we're legit again right away.
Is this what we're doing now, Kyler Murray? I mean, are we really sitting up here talking about Kyler Murray's the guy?
Man.
What are we doing here? Murray. What are we doing here? What you want the first 6 games of Kyler Murray, then toilet? Come on, bro. You don't want that.
I don't think
you need
I'm
to
sorry, I have to disagree. I don't think Kyler Murray could be healthy enough, especially between the offensive line that the Seahawks have. I mean,
I like it better than our Drew Lock.
Well, for sure. Everybody likes everything better than Drew Lock. You know what I'm saying? I like sauerkraut more than Drew Lock.
You can afford Jameis. I don't think he's going to be asking for 20, but the Seahawks have in 2022, their dead cap hit right now is $26 million.
Thank you. That's the number I was talking about.
208. So now they got the $26 million cap hit from the trade. So the Broncos are picking up $24 million in 2022 and $27 million in 2023. But you think you can still go out and get Jameis or Mariota?
They have bread. What do you? There's no. They can go get. They have bread. Seahawks have over $35 million in cap space before this move happened. They weren't paying nobody to begin with. Look at that damn offensive line. Okay, they let everybody leave, and the only person of note, or a couple people of note that they're paying, is of course, Bobby Wagner, and for some odd reason, Poona Ford and Tyler Lockett. Those are the only people of note getting bread.
Jamal Adams.
Yeah, he's down there on the list a little bit further. But I'm just saying though, those 3 are the top 3. Okay, so they weren't handing out bread. They still have bread, but this franchise does not go out and get big names, bro. That is just not how they do it. They don't go and get no established individual and rock out. They've been doing it through the draft from day one. Okay. From day one, and that is just how they have been doing it. And that is Pete's philosophy, and they need to either stick with that and do it again. But like I said, lightning don't strike the same place twice.
Holy smokes. The homie investigation team is on something right now. I just got a message. Bobby Wagner gone? What?
I mean, he's probably retired. He's probably going to retire.
Parting ways with Bobby Wagner. I was just gonna say that
20 more million right there off the books. 20 more million off the books for 22.
I was just about to say that they were gonna restructure his contract. I thought
they got enough money to entice Tom Brady to come, but is that gonna?
What the hell is wrong with today?
No. Is that gonna happen? No.
Tom Brady.
What you need to do is you need to send the dudes who throw fish in Pike's Place. You need to send Howard Schultz.
What did you just say to Pike's Place?
Yeah, the dudes who throw the fish at Pike's Place. You need to send Howard Schultz. You need to send Dick and the Burgers. You need to send every notable Seattle thing to Deshaun Watson's damn house to the Texans. To the Texans right damn now, because it's the only look. You're saying no, okay? You're saying no.
I'm saying no. He's a good football player. I'm okay with that, but he's a
what?
Creep.
About to go to jail? Yeah, he's about to go to jail. But I mean, he's a baller.
He doesn't do you any good when he's in there.
But that's what I'm saying is you need to go and get at least this is a splash, because this is not going to happen this year. He is going to play this year for the Texans or somebody. Because now the waters are no longer rough, if you get what I'm saying.
Playing anywhere.
Bet. Now, once that trial starts, and since he has to show up and was and had to do discovery and all of that, yeah. When all that happens, if that happens during the season, he is not playing because no team wants to be affiliated with recorded footage of him on trial answering questions daily. That's not going to happen. But I don't think that's going to happen this year. Look at how long it's been quiet. Look at how long that situation has been quiet. Okay, so you don't go get him. All right.
Well, you got to deal with. You got to deal with.
Don't go get the best football player that's available. Don't go get him. Okay, don't go get him. Then what you gonna do? You sitting up here talking about Jameis Winston, bro?
Yeah, why not? He's got 20/20 vision, bro. You saw what he did in the first 4 games before he got hurt.
Look, what you need to be is
now
competitive.
He can see.
You need to
We've
be
already
competitive during
I've
the
already
rebuild.
told you 2 years ago that Jameis is gonna be the guy, especially when they started talking about his eyes getting fixed. I'll take Jameis, throw him into the mix because right now you have Jacob Eason, Geno Smith, and Drew Lock. Tell me which one of those guys. Oh, wait. I forgot. All you have to do is hand the ball to Chris Carson and Rashad Penny if they're back and if they're healthy. So that's the game plan going to be. But, of course, you still need an offensive line.
Are you saying that is what the game plan is going to be? Is that what you
want to see?
There's no way. Is that what you want to see out here?
No, I don't want to see that.
In the world of Joe Burrow and Justin
You're not listening to my point.
Is that what you want to see? Okay, go ahead.
You're not listening to my point.
Go ahead.
I said, that's not what I want to see. That's what Pete Carroll's philosophy is, to run the ball, right?
No.
So
this ain't the final roster. You don't clear up that much space right now and then just go with what you got right now. This ain't the last move.
I hope not.
There has to be more. There has to be more.
So we got, Jacob Eason, Geno Smith, and Drew Lock. So you don't want my boy Jameis to come up here? Mr. Crab Legs?
He doesn't do much for me.
Hey, Pike's Place Market filming the commercials. Crab legs,
you guys,
seafood, throwback. Oh my God. Hey, look, I'm on the marketing team immediately for that situation. You know what I'm saying? Just holding up 2 crab legs like this on the commercials.
With the deadliest catch dudes.
Yo.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
See, you guys are all haters about my boy, man. You know he's gonna be all right. He's gonna be out there balling.
That's not what
somewhere.
you really want, though. What does the 12s really want? Like, what is on the wish list for real now? That's not it. You're speaking ridiculously.
Well, you said Watson. I mean, is that even possible? Watson's not even possible, bro.
I'm not a Seahawks fan. I'm sitting up here throwing spitballs up on the ceiling, hoping that none hit me in the face. Okay, that's all I'm doing. I'm asking you, what do you want to see happen? I'm talking about realistically. Given the situation right now.
My number 1 would be Jameis. I'd give Jameis a chance up here. You're not going to have to pay him a whole lot. What did he get last year? I think 10 million and a lot of incentives or whatever. 10 million. I'd go with Jameis. I'd find a way to get Minshew up here to fill the gap a little bit. I don't know. I mean, Mariota showed a little bit of spunk when he gets to play 3 plays a game or whatever.
You act like he wasn't the head quarterback of the damn Tennessee Titans for many years. Come on, man.
How old is he,
I'm just talking about over the last couple years. Age, bro. Age. Yeah. He's got to be like 29 now. 32
do
now.
You want to know who else was in it? Who else was in his draft class?
What draft class was it? Mariota.
The Mariota draft class was the same one with your boy Jameis Winston. Are you forgetting that they were the Heisman together? What is going on here? What is going on here?
Hey, quit throwing me under the bus, all right? We ain't got time for that. I'll drive my ass down to Federal Way and smack that beard right off your face.
That would be amazing.
So you're Trent, what are your thoughts? Who would you take out of those you got right there? I know you're on the Watson train, right?
None of those make me real happy. All right. I'm still hurt over my quarterback leaving. Okay. He's the best. I mean, think about that. Okay. Who's worth too much? I'm trying to figure out the bigger plan. trying to figure out what the real thing, because I don't think the real plan is to go and get Jameis. Let's give up all this money and go get Jameis Winston. That can't be the real plan.
They don't do that.
There's got to be something else in the works. There might be some kid that we don't even know about. I'm on your show. You guys tell me, what are the kids coming up right now? These young kids that they know more about than anybody else.
But you don't have to pay those guys right now. If you're freeing up all this money.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
You don't have to pay those guys right now. Right. So is this a Kirk Cousins deal coming around? Kirk Cousins is out there. You could probably get Kirk Cousins, but you'd have to pay freaking.
Yeah, forget the if, bro. Forget the if. Is that what you want?
No, but that's what I'm saying. What are they looking towards? What are they looking at? What are you looking at? That's what I want. I want options of what they're looking at.
All right, look,
hit it on the nose. They're looking for something in the. They're looking at a diamond in the rough right now. They're looking for somebody. They got someone on their radar, but you don't have to pay that person. You don't have to pay that new.
Are you a young squad or are you not at this moment? At this moment, you are a very young squad.
Yeah.
Right? At this moment, as it stands right now, in the process of rebuilding a championship franchise. That's who you are right now. If Bobby Wagner is truly jettisoned, you are a very young team right now. Young on defense and young on offense, except for Tyler Lockett. Okay, that is going to be your OG vet. You need to have next. Well, he's under contract, so he ain't going nowhere. But he's been talking about retiring and writing poems and shit for a minute now. So, but you need somebody who is a proven commodity to do the same damn thing that Derek Carr has been doing for the Raiders for I don't even know how damn long already. Okay. He ain't left. They ain't thought about getting him up out of there. Nothing. He has been competitive the whole time. Nothing to believe that they wanted him out of there. Maybe the fans tripped for a little bit, but he been there from jump. That is what you need. Who is that guy? I've been telling you this whole time, okay, that now they need to go in hard on the Mitchell Trubisky. They're serious. I've been saying that the Mitchell Trubisky in Tampa Bay, right? I've been saying that for a minute, just because that is a nice transition, and he just balled the hell out in them games where out Josh Allen not too long ago, and they're talking it up crazy. Who the hell is Shane Waldron, bro? They just got hired as Seattle OC. Okay, do we know anything about this guy?
He didn't just get hired. He was there last year. He was from the Rams last year or 2 years ago.
He's a name that I don't recall.
That was who Wilson handpicked to be his offensive coordinator.
Right.
So, first of all, Trubisky is already in the works to compete in a New York Giants job. Supposedly going to be signed by the Giants to compete for the job over there. Second of all, yeah, Waldron was handpicked by Wilson to come to Seattle, and that's why they brought Everett up and from your Rams, homie. You already wait. What the hell you don't know about Shane Waldron? He came from your fucking Rams, clown.
He wasn't the OC, bro. I mean, yes, if he was the assistant water coach. Boy, I don't know him.
He was the quarterback coach there, and then he came up here to be the OC,
assistant QB coach. Okay, yeah. Get up out of here. Come on, man. What was he doing? He was in meetings. He was running drills. You know what I mean? This is your OC now, right? He wasn't doing anything significant for the Los Angeles Rams football club. Come on.
Yeah, he wasn't, because he had Jared Goff as his quarterback, so he didn't have any.
What he was doing is growing into a leaf off the Sean McVay tree that got him paid is what he did. Okay, same thing with Brandon Staley. But forget all of that. Let's talk reality real quick. These are the guys that you have available. Now, this is going to be more fun than anything.
You got more than what I just gave you, because I don't think there's that many more out there.
Oh yeah, there's more. Trust. Okay, I'm talking about everybody. And see, since you don't really
you're talking free agents, or you talking?
I'm saying people that are available, people of note that are available, that you can come to this squad and you can, plug the gap for a second, for a year or two, or what have you. Right? Let's start with Joe Flacco.
Next.
Okay, that's silence. All right. I didn't even want to disrespect you. I liked it. R.I.P. Cam Newton, cousin Cam, was good. That's not it. That's not the move.
No,
okay,
that's not it either.
Okay, now let's.
I already said that one, by the way.
Now I'm gonna move up to a category.
The next level. So you're at like
those were ridiculous.
If there were 5 levels,
those were hell no's.
On like 10 low. So
yeah, those were hell no's. But now we're moving into viable candidates, right? That you might want to consider.
By your viable candidates, or like real expectations. I'm just saying, viable candidates.
I'm not a coach for the Seahawks, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I can't tell you who's gonna fit in my scheme. I'm asking y'all as diehard 12 fans. Who really should be a viable individual during this period with a whole bunch of bread available and a restart. Okay. I think you're thinking like outlandishly. You're thinking like this is going to be something like, oh, let's go get somebody that's going to put us right back in the same mix. This is not that. Okay. This is somebody who you are going to ride for a minute until you stack all of these draft picks in order to become something, because who is going to be throwing to DK while he's whining this year is very important to y'all, because he is not making it in his rookie contract to play for this team again. Okay, it's already done. It's a wrap. So you could already imagine you already got 2 years out of him. You got 2 more max. Okay, so now let's go to Jacoby Brissett.
I ain't mad at you about that one.
See, he's talking all that shit a second ago. Go ahead.
It's funny because I had him and I wrote down, I went over mine earlier, and that's why I brought it up, because they were free agents. But Jacoby Brissett, I would still love to give that boy a chance, man. I mean, he can win you some games, but he's like a Black Gumby, for God's sakes. That dude needs to put on some weight and not get himself killed. But
I don't see him being any different. I don't see him being any different than Russell Wilson was.
He's way different than Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger than Russell quarterback.
Wilson. Bigger, yeah.
And he's way more mobile. He'll actually take one for the team and run the ball when he needs to. Russ hasn't ran in 2-3 years now.
For real.
So, all right, what else you got? Jacoby Brissett isn't bad.
Well, that's what
I'm saying. I already told you.
I mean, but that's somebody that you can put into training camp. You could sign him and make him compete for your job, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go Tyrod Taylor.
He's still in the league.
You was just talking about Tyrod Taylor about to be the savior of the damn Texans a year ago.
I like Tyrod Taylor.
But you talking this shit now. Go ahead. Tell me what you think about Tyrod Taylor, man.
I'd take Tyrod Taylor. I'd give him a chance too. Yeah, I like that.
He'd probably be
same thing with Jacoby Brissett. They're on the same tier. Yeah, we could hit that.
Yep, he's 32, so I mean, it's not like I mean, if you looked at Russell in his prime and Tyrod Taylor, the games are fairly similar for the eye test. That's why my man said Kyler Murray is similar in the capability, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not the same guy because everybody is unique with their skill sets, but it's similar. Almost you could plug and play if you want to do the same thing. But do we want to do the same thing? Okay, is the thing. That's what I'm concerned with because DK wants the rock. Okay. Mm-hmm. Tyler Lockett needs to be like Tyreek Hill moving forward. He can't just be sitting here doing the same over-the-shoulder catch constantly, and those ain't going to be available in this NFL all the time. Well, I mean, I guess they will because it keeps working, but all right. I already said Mitch Trubisky. I think that was all I had.
But then you.
I mean, you could say Andy Dalton. What about Andy Dalton, bro?
No.
Nobody wants it.
I agree with Trent on that one. No.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants it. But this is what's available to you to go spend free agent bread on.
Right. And you're not going to have to spend that much money to get you by until the next cycle.
So,
right?
As a fan, would you prefer to see them, just like we were talking about with the Mariners? Do you want to go see them spend the bread and look like you're attempting to achieve something by getting this name, New Jersey? Maybe you get people to buy jerseys again. So then you're doing it off of fame, right? Or do you just hit the full reset and go, hey, we're rocking with what we got. Let's let Geno win the job and let's do a full-on rebuild. Whatever happens, happens, because they do it with these first-round picks all the time. Look at Zach Wilson. Stuck him out there. Look at Trevor Lawrence. They stuck him out there, and he played every single game. It looked like holy hell, but he played every single game, okay? So what do you want to see happen? Do you want to prefer to spend the bread and get the name that might make you win a 6-win team, or do you want to just hit the full reset and, you know what I'm saying, be like are you struggling to win that 4th, 5th game?
Nobody wants a full reset, right? Nobody thought that.
Yeah, homie,
nobody
you
thought
big dummy.
The last half a season
it's not one, because right now you got 2 choices.
You just asked me what we want.
Well, I'm just saying, but the franchise has 2 choices. So which one is more preferable is what I'm asking.
Right.
We're not doing a full reset. Nobody wants that.
No, nobody wants to do that.
With you, Trent.
And I don't.
So Tyrod Taylor
I'm about ready to jump in the car and go down and smack the living schmuck out of this guy.
I honestly don't think it's that their plan is a full reset. I don't think
so either.
Okay, so then making the room for something is what I think, but at the same time, we just listed off all the available dudes, and none of them dudes cost that much money. So that means there's multiple pieces coming with these next moves that are going to happen. Obviously, we know we need offensive line help. We need running back help. There's multiple places that we need help. So I think that there's multiple moves going to need to happen in order for us to get to a place where we feel comfortable going in next season. If we don't make those moves, then maybe the plan is a full reset. I don't know. But I can't imagine the last half of season where we played shitty determining, okay, shit, we got to reset.
But, okay, so peep this out. Have we not rocked this out with the Mariners multiple times? Right? Have we not rocked this out?
The Mariners that haven't. That's
go ahead.
A completely different conversation.
Go ahead, though. But it's legitimate, though. But go ahead. Tell me why it's different.
Been good for 20 years. We've been resetting for 20 years. So that's completely different.
I see what you mean. Like playoffs good, like factor good, right? But I mean, in the region, I'm talking about in the region. So they've always found a way to keep themselves relevant in the region. Now I talked about this on the last one with Alaska, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, all on their back, right? Yeah. So there was always a King Felix. There was always Ichiro. You know what I'm saying? There was Robinson Cano for a second. More recently, Kyle Seager, right?
Robinson Cano talk.
Yeah, but I was into it. Don't lie. You know what I'm saying?
But you also have to factor in, as you're talking about the region, talk about how much money is in this region that is invested in all those sponsorship deals, all those different companies that we have here that maybe a different market doesn't have, and we just haven't been successful. You know,
I don't want to get off subject, but I have to ask Trent about this. Because Homie and I went on last week, and I think you listened to this podcast already, Trent, about and this is kind of ties into the quarterback situation that we're talking about right now. And I think I even referenced you on the podcast. I said, I want to know Trent's view on this, because I said, no player is worth 10 years, $350 million. And Tatis, for example, we were talking about that. Okay. And Homie brought up a good point. It's about the business aspect of bringing kids into the game and selling the jerseys. And then you're going to have that jersey sale for that long for that. So it kind of rolls into the same thing as an NFL quarterback that Homie's asking us about. Who do we want for the quarterback to sell jerseys to bring in?
You see what I'm saying?
To bring in income. So what are your thoughts on that, Trent? Like,
well, that's a good point. I mean, we're fans, you know, so we're talking about football, but they're also have to consider the business, right? What is the best, what is the best look for your brand that's going to make the biggest splash, that's going to bring in the best money to this team, right? And how many times have you heard when we're talking about the Mariners, like, oh man, I only know Kyle Seager. I don't even know any of these guys that are on the team. So why would you go to the games? You don't even know these guys. First of all, they're losing, but you have to be able to know, I mean, and you have to market your players, right? And get your fans comfortable with these guys so that they're, you know, they're fans, right? You can't have somebody who's a fan that doesn't know who your players are. So I agree with that. I think you know, as some of the branding has to come into the decision, some of the business has to come into the decision too.
Okay, that's a perfect example. So now we're talking about who we want or who we would bring into the quarterback situation.
Who makes
right?
the most money?
Who's going to make the most profitability of selling these jerseys for a while? Who has the most opportunity to be here for a little bit longer than a couple years out of these guys that we talked about? I really think, in all honesty, Minshew, and I'm not a Cougar. I'm not a Cougar guy or anything like that.
Now on the same wavelength. There we go.
So I never went to school at WSU, just for the record. Go Cougs for all you Cougs fans out there.
If they like it, we love it.
For the most sense, he has the most opportunity. He didn't really lose his job in Jacksonville. They brought in a new coach and drafted somebody to come in to replace him. They were looking ahead to already replace him, never had the opportunity to stay there and prove himself. In my opinion, even though I'm a fan of my boy Jameis, you know, go Knowles, Minshew has to be the best opportunity to right now to fill the spot. If there's a way you can get him, then you need to do that, in my opinion. So, Homie, to answer your question.
Well, that was a long damn way to get back around to the question that
there's your question. There's your answer to your question, homie.
Yo, look, I mean, it boils down to the same thing that I was talking about. So I think this you have to do something along this line, right? You have to do like a Minshew type situation. You have to go out there and get him, because now if this Bobby Wagner information is true, he holds a $20 million cap hit on top of the $35 million that they got sitting available now. Where is that being spent on, right? It's not being spent immediately to rectify the situation. No, this is not going to happen right there. And this is what we were talking about. The Seahawks are taking notes from the Mariners. This is the conjugation that I was putting together for you guys. Profitability. It's already baked in. They already have the baked in fan base. They done already sold the season tickets already. The PSLs have already been cooked. So the concessions have already been.
by the
The
way,
parking
next
has
year.
already been comped. Yeah. So this is all normal business. You can go or don't go. Look at the Mariners. When we go, you can go or don't go. You can pay for an $8 seat and sit down on third base line. Okay. And we know what it is. So in the process of trying not to ruin your fan base, right? You have to show your fan base that you're trying to be competitive constantly. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the name itself. I mean, you can go out and bring in the largest name to make a splash. Generally, that works when you are kind of like one of those well-known franchises, like what the Lakers have been doing lately. Yeah, and I don't like that. And the Yankees constantly have been doing and this kind of thing. You can do that when you're those guys. But you won't see Jacksonville going out trying to get Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? It was a shock to us to see, well, Tampa Bay was fairly plugged in as far as what they were doing, but that was still a shock to see Tom Brady go to Tampa Bay, right? You would have thought, oh, he would have went to New Orleans or somewhere where it's like, ooh, there's something there. There's some mystique. That was Tampa Bay, right? So what we're looking at is not a guy that's going to come in and shake up a whole thing. I just wonder what they're going to use all of this money for, unless I'm thinking it's going all into the owner's pocket as straight profit. This year is about to be straight profit because you go out and how much you got to give Mitchell Trubisky or any of those guys we named? 10? No. Okay. You don't even have to give them 10. Okay. You're giving them like,
well, they're not getting a Cam Newton deal, like a $1 million incentive deal. I think a lot of these guys are going to get 10, but you can afford 10 at this point.
You think you?
And I think that's what Trent was saying is like there's a bigger bigger fish to fry later on. They're looking at something that they're going to do. But if any of those quarterbacks we named besides the first two scragglers that I already forgot about that you tried to throw out there, homie. Yeah, like Flacco and whoever else the other guy was.
I mean, I got to stir the pot, man.
The nonsense that you were talking.
Who's going to
any of those guys are probably going to get like 10 million. That's way better than the 35 million that you were going to pay Russ, even though you still got the 26 million hit. You're still going to be able to get that, and then you just cut Bobby Wagner or whatever happened with Bobby. Be able to go in and move some numbers around, and then you have to remember that there's these finance guys, accounting guys that are pulling the Tom Brady contract where there's 2 years, but it's really a voided year, or the Taysom Hill
bonus, the
Taysom Hill contract where he's getting
come on,
375 million or whatever, for like the Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the hell's going on with all that, but you got to remember that there's the account managers that are going to look for ways to pocket this too. So yes, you're right, homie. They are going to pocket some cash, but they don't have to pay this quarterback that is going to be there for a little bit. 2 years, 22 million plus incentives to whoever they go with. And then they go with somebody else or they draft somebody or whatever, but you still got time.
So Pete, here's an analogy for you. Whatever they do, they should not go the Angels and Mike Trout route. He is arguably the best player in the league, right? Arguably on the wackest team in the league, one of them. You know what I'm saying? And nobody knows who the hell he is. So don't go throw a bunch of money out thinking, let's fix the problem today.
Good point.
You have to think about, you know what I'm saying? And Mike Trout is another one of those that, like the Tatis example that we was talking about. They keeping Mike Trout there for that same reason, for the fan base, right? And now they got Showtime there, so that's a different thing. But anyway, you can't go out and just say, oh, we're going to bring in somebody. The fan base,
these guys that they're bringing in are not Tom Brady. They're not going to throw money,
and that's not their style.
They're not Aaron Rodgers. They're not going to throw money out there.
That's not their style.
But they can't throw it around in different places, though. What if they do that on defense and they do it on?
Right. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You have to go and spread the bread around and make it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go and say, oh, well, somebody on defense is a free agent, so let's just spend the bread on him. Let's give him Jamal Adams type bread. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't Don't do anything like that. The fan base has to understand the situation. That's why I'm impressing on you guys to pick your brains on what you guys think the best maneuver realistically should be done. Because if you asked me a couple years back, should the Lakers get LeBron, I was throwing shit around going, this is the worst thing you could ever do. Ever. And look at what it's looking like now. 17th championship up in the rafters. But at the same time,
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
look at what it looks like right now. You know what I'm saying? No bueno. Look at what happened with Steve Nash and Dwight Howard. You add them with Kobe. It don't work. Don't do it. Stick with your homegrown guys. That's what I was going to say to you guys is in some ways, I love my guys to come from my farm system. I drafted them. We got them. I was there with them when they wasn't nothing and nobody believed in them. Now they became the sixth man of the year, and now they're the comeback player of the year, and now they're the MVP. And look, and I told y'all that was my guy. He was going to come up. Those are the players that you need, and that's what the fan base needs to get behind and what needs to happen. Now, what do you guys think about realistically, not middle management, because I don't know if Snyder's going anywhere, but what do you guys think about the actual staff and the coaching and the schematic of what the team looks like on the field and what they play like? I know y'all got a lot of complaints about what y'all saw on the field this year, right? You putting whoever you bring into this, whoever you bring into, you're bringing them into this.
Didn't we talk about this, homie, about the disconnect between Carroll, coaches, and players, like where the disconnect lied? Because when the DBs were getting burned on defense, or the linebackers were getting burned, or you had a defensive lineman out there trying to cover a tight end, or a defensive lineman out there trying to cover. So I think to answer your question, I want to know, I don't know the answer to your question, but I want to know where the disconnect comes from, because we talked about this from the coaching from Carroll to from Pete Carroll to the coaches to the players. Where's the disconnect coming from? Because obviously Pete Carroll has the whole say in everything that goes on, right? So where's it coming from? Are the players not respecting the coaches? They did make some moves. They got rid of Norton, right? They got a new guy. Oh, that was done?
Okay, I'm waiting for that one, because everybody was complaining about Ken Norton so bad last year.
Yeah,
right.
So they brought it.
So that happened.
I forgot his name. Clint Hurd, I think, is his name. So they promoted him to the defensive coordinator. He's been there for a little bit. Big dude, real energetic. So we'll see if he has a better camaraderie with the players on defense. So that could be an opportunity there. So in all honesty, it doesn't answer your question, but there is some positive things coming up there.
It's a tough question. I mean, I don't know what the issue was. You know, I don't think that it's Pete Carroll and his relationship with the players, right? We've always heard that he's got the best relationship with his players, and he lets his players kind of be themselves, and players love that. And that's something that I was just listening to a podcast with Mark Cuban, and he was talking about how to relate to these younger kids nowadays. It's not like it used to be. You have to be able to relate with these younger players now on a different level than it used to be, right? And I think that even though Pete Carroll's 100 years old, I think that he digs that. He knows how to do that. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's just the relationship, but it has to be just the scheme and understanding and somebody, not somebody, I think it's multiple people are just not understanding and executing the scheme quick enough or efficient enough. And I think it's you saw Bobby last year. He was frustrating all the time, and all he could say was like, we're just not getting it done, So I don't know what the answer is, but I don't necessarily think it's like a morale, camaraderie kind of thing.
T-Man, look, when you see your team's product on the field and talking about on the offensive side, right, and then you also see Monday Night Football games with Kansas City.
Yeah.
You see Monday Night Football games with Buffalo Bills. And you see, standalone games with all of these different teams with these dynamic, ways of playing the game. And then you watch your hometown team. Isn't that like some of the stuff that you want too, right?
Yeah.
You want to update in what's going on, like a reboot.
Right. I've never, it's been very frustrating for me watching Russell Wilson because it's not a style that that speaks to me, right? However, he's been getting it done for years, right? One of the most winningest quarterbacks. So
are you talking about the recent Russell Wilson, or because of the style that you just said? You said the style that you saw, because I want to say maybe three years ago is when he stopped running, right? So looking for the Russell Wilson from
I see what you're saying,
the first 7 years where he would actually roll out? Because I would agree with
that. Reverse bootleg was a killer, boy.
It was
exactly.
Wait for him to hit that.
I was not a fan of all this running around in the backfield. You dig? Like
not in the backfield, but making plays happen when he had the opportunity.
Of course. Yeah. It's easy to say that when it works, but when you're running around the backfield, like trying to extend the play, I don't like that.
100%. Yeah.
I didn't like that. I preferred, obviously when I'm watching how efficient of Tom Brady offenses, when you can stand up in the pocket and in 2 seconds, you find your dude right away and nobody's even touched him yet. Come on. Why wouldn't I want that? But at the same time, Russell Wilson was winning ball games. So as frustrating as it was, he was winning ball games. So to answer your question, my preference would be, I loved watching Josh Allen play last year. I loved that style. I loved Joe Burrow, dude. I loved watching that.
Yeah.
But that's not, I ain't the coach, and Pete Carroll's got a way he's doing it and he's staying. So I predict that he's going to try to run the same kind of offense.
Hey, real quick, homie, before you go out, we got a message on the YouTube that I didn't see until now. It was like 20 minutes ago. But we were talking about quarterbacks, and my boy Stewart says, what about Geno? Give Geno the ball, was this quote. Give Geno the ball. I don't think we didn't talk about Geno, but I'm not a fan of Geno. So I say no. I say no to Geno. That's why we talked about all those other people. So Stewart, to answer your question, no to Geno. Is he even going to be around? Yeah. Is he even going to be around this year? The same thing with Deshaun Watson. All right, homie, go ahead. You fill off the what you guys were talking about, but I had to throw that in there.
Does that make sense? My explanation there?
Yeah, no, that's
the backfield. Nobody wants to see that, and that's why was he running around the backfield when he could have just ran around the outside?
Screens, man.
Here we go.
Wide receiver bubble screens. Come on.
No, what do you mean wide receiver bubble screens? The LA Rams eat off of wide receiver bubble screens.
But we didn't see it.
That is Cooper Kupp, right?
Homie was an advocate for that, and he talked about it from week 7, 6.
Well, we never figured it out.
But they didn't do it. Why would they not do it? Because they wouldn't. throw it to DK out there, or they wouldn't throw it.
How many quick outs? How many quick outs do you remember? 1-2 step drop, bang to a guy. How many of those do you actually remember seeing watching your team and getting the ball to
none
in the hands of your talented guys?
Your playmaker,
right? How
and
many
Cooper
wheel
Kupp
routes?
is a perfect example.
How many wheel routes do you see from Carson Penny or whoever's coming out of the backfield? You saw from what's that other dude? The other dude, not damn it, House or the third running back.
Yeah, Travis Homer.
House and House. But yeah, he took it to the house a couple times though. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Those are some of the wrinkles that needs to constantly be inside the mix at all times though.
Well, that's why the game plan from the LA that he took the game plan from your Rams, the offensive coordinator did, but Russ, did they not get on the same page and they just couldn't advocate that game plan for everything going on? Because that's exactly what homie, I'll give you props. You talked about that. I don't even know how many months ago, when we were talking Seahawks offense a long time ago. You were talking about that. Hey, just dump the ball out on that wide receiver screen, wide receiver screen.
They did do that. They did that all the time to block it, dude. It never worked. The blocking wasn't there. They pushed right through that block.
Now I pose to you this. What if there are no names at the playmaking position? Right? Hold on, calm down. There are no names at the playmaking position, and they decide to build foundationally. Right. And now we just go and find the big burliest dude, like the 400-pound dude who was just in the combine. We have him on the O-line. Now you have the stoutest O-line. So you no longer have your quarterback scrambling around aimlessly in the backfield, right? Is that enough? If I had 5 Steve Hutchinsons lined out and Walter Joneses lined out there, is that enough for my fan base to be happy during this rebuild? Okay. If I had a defensive line that consists of Ndamukong Suhs and Aaron Donalds and you know what I'm saying, and dudes like that, I'm talking about the trenches, bro. Is that enough to satisfy the Seattle, especially on the offensive line? Because they almost killed my boy Andrew Luck. Okay, they almost killed my boy Andrew Luck, man, and I will never forget. And that's why he's not there. That's why he refused to come back, because they didn't want to spend no bread to protect him. So here's the same thing. Would that be sufficient enough to satisfy the fans year one and maybe year two as we try to rebuild? No, because they don't have names, or what?
That would be a breath of fresh air, because we haven't had that in years and years and years. However, now you get back to your business decision question. Is that going to be something that the vast majority loves?
That's what I'm saying.
You know, and they'll be like, "What? We didn't even get a quarterback. What are we doing over here?" You know. But
what if you give your 3.5 to 5 mils to your boy Gardner Minshew? You keep your same playmakers that you currently have, and you spend, I don't know, the rest of this $50-something million that are now going to be available on straight trenches.
Okay, so first of all, there's a couple questions to that. There's a couple questions to that question. So if you're an offensive lineman, are you going to want to come to Seattle playing for you don't have a quarterback right now, and free agency starts in like 2 weeks or a week or whatever, right? So are you going to be able to get an offensive lineman to come over when you're not certain on your quarterback? If Russell Wilson was here, then yes, you would 100% be able to get an offensive lineman to come over and spend that money on. But you wouldn't have that money. Second of all is, like you were talking about, homie, building from your homegrown talent. Are the Seahawks able to go into the draft, evaluate these offensive linemen, and all be on the same page and actually pick a lineman with the number 9 pick? Because I don't think they're going for a quarterback at this point.
I get Joe Thomas then.
Exactly. You have
at number
to
9, you're trying to get Joe Thomas. You're trying to get Tony Baselli. You're trying to get Anthony Munoz at number 9.
100%. If this is a move that the Seahawks want to build off of for the next few years, why Pete Carroll is there, then you have to make a move. And the move is an offensive lineman, because I 100% agree with you, homie, that I don't want to see, as a fan, like you said, making sure that everybody's still invested in this team. I don't want to see a move spending that money on a free agent defensive player or a line.
Y'all remember TJ Hushmanzada? Do y'all remember all of these experiments, the Jerry Rice experiment? Come on,
Ricky
man.
Kroll.
Yo.
Although
I was there for this.
But yeah, that's my point. Like, hopefully they have something they've seen from the combine that they're going to go after these offensive. You see Alabama, you see LSU, you see Georgia,
SEC.
you see all these big time programs that have these big brute offensive linemen. And I don't know the names, and I apologize.
I don't either
for the offensive lineman, but there was New Orleans got the guy that Seattle was supposed to get and but Seattle wouldn't have got him anyways a couple years back to build the offensive line. So maybe this is something they're going to do. In retrospect to your question, is they have to be able to go out and make these moves, and it better be an offensive lineman in this draft to make it happen.
Well, the one thing that I know for a fact is, and I've heard, Hall of Fame offensive linemen, I've heard veteran offensive linemen that put in mad years in the league talk about they would prefer to run block than pass block. I just heard Whitworth say this a week ago, being interviewed by somebody, right? Say, I would rather run block than pass block, right? So if they're still going to run, like you said, okay, yeah, I have my this O-line. If I go get a veteran free agent O-lineman, right, and he's going to be concerned who the quarterback is, maybe he's not concerned who the quarterback is, right? Because if the scheme is a run-based scheme, right, then I love this. I love pushing people in their chest and putting it in their chin regularly, nonstop. Oh, by the way, I found the dude who's the 6'8", 400 pounds, Daniel Falele, senior from Minnesota. Yo, come on, could he be horrible? Could he be bad? I mean, 400 pounds. You know what I'm saying?
And he's played there how long?
He's a senior. He was a senior. He did all 4 years, and this boy ran something obnoxious in the 40. I don't remember what it was, but they were like, that was a number that was barely off from what Jerry Rice ran. Now, granted, Jerry Rice did not run a high-level Deion Sanders or Tyreek Hill type number, but this dude was barely off of that, and this is a lineman that's damn near 400 pounds. Okay. But this is what I'm saying. This is where you have to say, look, Seattle, fool with me for a minute. This is what we're trying to do. This is what we're going to do. And we can't be doing all of this names and all of that. We can't do this. Because look what's happening with the fans of the Kraken. People are sitting up here already turning coat on the Kraken year one. I am so disrespected by that. I am disrespected by that. These is all your guys. You got to handpick guys off of everybody's team. These is the only time all of these guys are your guys and your guys only. You know what I mean? And until you start to build this franchise. So it's mad disrespectful. But how many years was it between, I'm going to let you jump in there. Do y'all remember? I'm just going to throw this bomb out there, then you go. Even if nobody remembers. How many years was it between the Hasselbeck and Alexander era? Was it before the era with Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch?
It's only like 4 years. I mean, we were in the Super Bowl with Hasselbeck in 2006, right?
That was 2006 for sure.
And Russell Wilson's there in 2012. So what's that? 6 years?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so 6.
I mean, can you
5 or
wait it
6.
out? That's what I'm saying. Can you wait it out as a fan for 6 years
If you
for
knew
this
it was
to
coming,
rebubble?
hell yeah, I could wait it. Shit.
Good point. Okay, so I got one more thing on the combine players that you were just talking about, homie, and we were talking about because
you want to know how big their hands were?
No. Is this a year where the Seahawks decide to make a move after never using their first round draft pick because of? Okay, I got all this shit turning in my head right now. I don't even know how to
spit it out.
To even say it.
Spit it out.
If you look at the recent years of offensive linemen in the draft, and you look at the college game right now, the college game is solid, and you have these big boys up there on the offensive line. And in my opinion, the offensive linemen that come from the college ranks to the NFL ranks make a lot of moves for their team. They make their team better, whether they're in the first round or they're in the second or third round. Okay.
Hey, to your point, real quick, let me butt in. The dude was only 28 years old, played for Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Ali Marpet, already won a title, and said, I retire already. That's how a dog he is. Okay. And Tristan Wirfs, they picked him like back-to-back years.
Yeah. And so that's my point. These kids that are in these good football programs that play in college and they actually stick around for a couple years, in my opinion, are a better asset to your team, especially offensive linemen, than these one and done quarterback, linebackers, defensive back guys, or whatever. So I hope that the Seahawks can make the right decision and start leaning their
priorities
priorities into these offensive linemen, because that is where the gold coin is at right now. If you're Donald Duck jumping into what's a duck guy?
Scrooge
You
McDuck.
Jump into a mountain of money?
Scrooge McDuck.
No, not Scrooge. Scrooge ain't jumping in there. The other guy.
You said the one with the duck that jumped into a bunch of money.
Yeah,
Scrooge McDuck from the DuckTales, bro. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
Scrooge McDuck, DuckTales.
On,
he's gonna be jumping in there. You gotta be Scrooge McDuck and get that guy that gets the offensive lineman right now, because there's plenty of them out there. You just got to pick the right one. And I don't think you can go wrong in this draft by utilizing those picks to get that guy.
You can't go wrong if this draft just doesn't have the business in it. And that's the thing.
That's why they're going to get rid of that one.
That's what they need.
A couple 3s and 4s, you know, that's what they always do, especially if they're rebuilding.
Yeah,
they're not rebuilding. They're going for the championship.
Yeah.
Market right now, homie. When you do the cut next week or in the next couple days, make sure you cut this, because Seahawks, Broncos, Super Bowl, 2022 season.
Yo, hey, and look at right around. Okay, hold on. I just went through the projections on mock drafts in terms of what that number 9 could potentially get you.
And homie, we will be going to Vegas again for that one, by the way.
That number 9 could potentially get you Tyler Lindenbaum, center, Iowa, 6'3", 290 pounds. All right. Or that could potentially get you.
I like it.
Charles Cross, offensive tackle, Mississippi State, 6'5", 310 pounds.
Where's the Alabama guys?
Alabama, they just lost Leatherwood and a bunch of dudes last year. Oh, no, but see, this is what I'm saying. Here we go. You would have to go up to number 4 to get Evan Neal, offensive tackle, Alabama, 6'7", 350 pounds. Or number 5, Ike Owankwa, offensive tackle, North Carolina, 6'4", 320 pounds. Other than that, it's linebackers, it's secondary players, and you got these two
They
rushers.
don't know. They don't know what's going on right now.
Hutchinson
don't make me go in and do my own research, because I guarantee you I could find a couple offensive linemen that need that'll be a perfect fit in this draft.
Those
you don't
were
ever
the top
go
five
off
offensive linemen.
Huh?
Those were the top 5 offensive linemen that I just gave you.
All right. Well, there's
The top
plenty
10
more out there.
prospects has Aiden Hutchinson in it. It has Kyle Hamilton in it. It has Thibodeau in it. The same dudes that's been in it, but those are
They're
all
defensive
those
guys,
are defensive players. So you have
right.
Evan
So you're not
Neal.
looking deep enough. See, they always look at the defensive guys when your defense
with this 9. You're gonna pick somebody who shouldn't be drafted up there ahead of these guys at 9.
No,
if
I'm
you
not
got a
saying,
9, what would you do with the 9 is what I'm saying. There's nobody there at the 9.
You just gave me 5 guys in the top 5 in the offensive linemen.
2 of them are going to be gone. 2 of them are going to be gone in the
3
top
guys
5.
left.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
If they're the top 5.
Linderbaum and Charles Cross, Mississippi State. And if nobody takes him beforehand. After that, none of the prospects are offensive linemen until you get down to the 15th best prospect. Kenyon Green, guard, Texas A&M, 6'4", 325.
Guess who he played for? Jimbo Fisher. Maybe.
Oh, there you go. See, now you're coming with some connections. There you go.
Sign me up for a Jimbo Fisher coached offensive lineman.
Trade back and get the 15 and get a little something else. Because you still need some secondary help, right?
Don't matter. You can find those a dime a dozen, baby.
Washington.
You can find those a dime a dozen.
5'11", 195.
Yeah.
Not you don't like the hometown guy? He's not that good.
I agree. You can find those guys after the fact. You address your real,
and you're not going to have to pay
situation. Yes.
Yep. And that's what you just talked about. I mean, we're not going to try to address that situation. So
yeah,
that's
boys,
just how it goes.
Boys, before we get to the next thing, I got to drop off pretty soon. But I want to give you guys props big time because you always give me love, me and my wife love, and the Always Having Fun Foundation.
No doubt.
Dedicating minutes in your podcast to shouting out the golf tournament and everything that goes on. So I just want to say I appreciate that and appreciate the love that you give me.
Hey, we appreciate you. And it's funny you say that because I was about ready to hit you up in like another couple of weeks because I know it's about ready to pop off. So
it is.
Throw it out there, baby. Throw it out there.
Well, April 1st is when registration begins. 2022. The golf tournament is, I got to look at my date. July 30th or 31st, whatever that Saturday is. I forgot. But it's July 30th or 31st.
30th.
Which one is it?
30th is a Saturday.
30th, right? 30th. Okay, so July 30th. Registration opens April 1st. Always Having Fun Foundation.org.
And guess what? Guess what, Trent? I'm going to get this motherfucker over here. He's never golfed before in his life, but he's coming this time because he asked to rep the brand. So we're going to be there in a team. So we're ready to get down. So
very good. Very good.
I appreciate
it.
Yeah, always, bro. We always got you, and we appreciate your support as always. So thanks for coming on. We're about to close this out anyways. So good conversation. I think we hit everything on the button.
Guys.
So.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, I can't believe the release of Bobby Wagner hit while we're doing this though. That's wild, bro.
Although I'm less surprised by that than the Russell Wilson move.
Yeah.
Because they've been grooming that Jordan Brooks for a while now.
Yeah. I hear that. Then they're gonna put they got to put his jersey up and they got to do a couple things.
Yeah.
They got to do a couple things.
All right, Trent. We appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Shout out. We'll talk soon, bro.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
All right, homie, you want to lay it on me anymore? Anything else you got to lay on me before we close this out, or what?
I thought y'all was really about to give it up. I thought y'all was really about to cry and be pissed off and, you know what I'm saying, and rail against
if you
the
look
system,
at it,
rage against the machine, all that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think it all really boils down to, I was thinking about it all day today after we were texting, and I really think it all boils down to close it all out and just, get to the gist of it. I really think that it's about the money, really. They already know that Russell Wilson is going to ask for $50 million or whatever. They gave into his 36, whatever it was, million a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You're just not going to pay him. And I was going to play devil's advocate on it a little bit. And you know what? It's going to be a good thing for the Seahawks. In all honesty, could be a good thing for them. But who do you get? And we just went over all those quarterbacks that you get. So it's going to be interesting to find out, but that's my whole take on it. I really think it boils down to the $50 million a year after Rodgers signs this. And where do you go with quarterbacks? Like, come on, really? Like, you're going to pay quarterbacks 50, 60 million in the next 5 years. It could be $100 million a year at that time.
Arch is going to ask for the 100. Come on, man.
Exactly. Your point right there. 100%. By then, are they going to, it's crazy, bro. It's just crazy with the amount of money that's getting offered to these guys. Like, do you want to win? In all honesty, homie, if you're a quarterback and you want to win, who is the quarterback that you want out of the last 5 years who's been a recent quarterback? Who is the quarterback without all the accolades? If he didn't have any of those accolades, who's the quarterback who took the least money out of all these quarterbacks? And I think you know who I'm talking about the last 5 years. Who's the quarterback who took the least money out of all the great known quarterbacks?
Brady. Come on, man.
And look what he does. He's wins.
A winner, G. You know what I'm saying? I never heard of Joe Montana going through a contract dispute. Okay, he was just trying to be better than Steve Young, keep Steve Young off his ass, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And fighting off injuries. This is a different game. This is the first and I think the only cap drop, and it's only because of the COVID year, right? Now wait till the cap opens up next year after the second full year of being back in motion. You know what I mean? And what's going to happen. So we're not talking about anybody having any lack for money in terms of usage. It's how you are going to use this bread. So like, for instance, Seahawks are not in, well, I don't know. Maybe I would ask you this. Do you think the Seahawks are in a better position to win than the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Right now?
Right now, with the current roster. Okay.
No.
Good. I'm glad you said that because that might be honest. But Jacksonville Jaguars are still out there thinking about a draft, and you have not heard them talking about we are going to go out and pay some random joker. Okay. We're not going to go out 100%. And pay some random ass guy. You haven't heard the New York Jets talking about we're going to sign some random crazy free agent, right? I have a quarterback in place that I drafted number 1, and I'm going to post him there, and I'm going to work on him. I'm going to massage him, not literally, you know what I'm saying, but I'm about to make sure I get this situation to where I want to maximize whatever I thought that I was going to get out of it. Now, if by that end of that rookie contract, if it's not what I thought I was going to get out of it, then peace and love, right? But that's where the Seahawks have landed themselves right now. They have not landed themselves in a situation where they have the incumbent or the backup or the incumbent can just take over, right? Those are those rare situations where you have a guy, you know what I'm saying, that's there, then he's just ready to just move in. Because even if you said this Trey Lance situation is not about to work out well for them. You know what I'm saying? If they don't keep Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy Garoppolo's situation didn't even work well for him being underneath Tom Brady. Okay. It doesn't work all the time. So these first rounders, number one,
far between, bro.
The number ones, sometimes the number one overalls and number twos, they don't work out half the time. Okay. But then sometimes they hit. If you got a damn Matthew Stafford and you were the Detroit Lions, you cannot say that you did something wrong with that draft and that draft pick. Because at one point in time, Matthew Stafford was the highest paid quarterback in the league. I think he was the highest paid player overall. Okay.
Because he was still on that new or the old first round draft pick where you could sign your own contract type deal. He was the last one, wasn't he? Or was it Goff? Goof.
Man, I don't know, but Goff. No, I think it might have been Goof because Goof hit for something, 120, 116, something crazy. Yeah. So
yeah.
But I think that's not the feasible route if I was a economist, right? If you gave me, and I don't play this. When I play fantasy, I don't play it with the money. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have access to fan duels and all that, where they give you the money, and it's kind of like working a cat kind of to get your roster together. I've never done that. I always want to, right? Just to see. But in this situation, this is the closest thing that you're going to ever see from the fandom of Seattle is to be able to say, hey, this is what we want. And we're going to put this out in the air. You know what I'm saying? Don't stand by as a Seattle sports fan or Seahawks sports fan and say, hey, I'm throwing all my chips in because I guarantee you're going to hear starting tomorrow a whole bunch of marks, and they've been marks from day one. They're just going to prove it to you tomorrow that they were never fans from the jump because they're going to be whining, complaining, talking about F him, you know what I'm saying, and bleep him and bleep that. They're going to be doing all of that stuff tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we give it real, homie. That's why we give it real, no partisan. Hey, I'm a Hawks fan. You know that. And I live and I die by them. But you know what? I never really liked football. Never really liked baseball, like I said before. So let's just jump on some cricket shit, brah. Let's go find some cricket games.
That's all about the hockey life, G. I'm saying.
And hockey. We can do that too.
If I get season tickets to the Kraken, bro, oh my God. Well, not
Win.
If I could. You're right.
Win.
It's just right. If it be open up. And see, this is a prime opportunity, right? If you look at it from a weird perspective. Because you remember that time period between them getting rid of Hasselbeck and Alexander and Hutchinson leaving and all of that, and the new roster of teams when they beat the Saints and they only had 7 wins or whatever, Beastquake, right? Mm-hmm. That few years, you could go to a game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is an opportunity for them to, from a public relations standpoint, right? Not media relations, but I guess maybe, you know what I'm saying, is to say, hey, you know what I'm saying, this is for the region, right? And we out here trying to build something, and just stand behind us. I'm gonna sell you this, and man, this dream that I'm selling you, man, but we after it, right? You have to get after it. And that's the only thing, man, because like I said, if not, and then maybe fans can get in there, because fans forever been like, I can't get in the damn Seahawks game. It's too crazy, right? Because everybody done bought up the seats or the prices is crazy. I'm waiting for the damn Kraken, the seats to get into the same price of the first place.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Carolina Hurricanes, $35 it costs to get into the damn arena in Raleigh, North Carolina to watch the Carolina Hurricanes play the damn Florida Panthers or the damn Washington Capitals. $35.
Or our boy Aaron in Vegas, baby. It cost him like $25 a ticket, and he can take his whole family there.
Vegas is already. That's what I'm saying. They're hitting us over the head. So you have to be rico to be a fan around here. That's not how fans get down. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not making it available for me to walk in and root for this team and see this team and be proud of this team, then you have to make the decisions that lead me to believe that you're doing that. And that's hard to do. You can't please everybody.
100%, homie. Let's close this out with this. Let's get a question out there for everybody, because you referenced this earlier on a group text. I don't even remember which one, because I had like 4 billion text messages today. I couldn't even keep track of them.
That's right.
What was it you were saying about Sonics, Mariners, and Seahawks? Throw this question out there. I want to get some feedback from them. We'll clip, well, when I say we, I mean you. We'll clip this and put it out there to everybody as well, and get me tagged on that so I can actually send it out there. So what were you asking earlier? Because I really like that question, homie.
No, it was just a statement. And I'm not even from here, right? I'm not even like Pacific Northwest day one. My daughter is, right? But I'm not, right? But I've been here long enough. I've been here more years than I spent my growing years in Southern California now at this point, right? So I have an affinity and I have a love for the Pacific Northwest and, of course, the sports teams. I could not, right? And what I was saying was, dude, this hurts. I'm not even a day one, and this hurts the region. This hurts the city. This feels like when Junior left. This feels like when Peyton and Kemp left. This feels like when the whole Sonics franchise left. It takes a minute to recover from that psychologically, right? Psychologically, because now what do we have to grasp onto, right? I mean, there's a huge fan base of football fans. Viva la fútbol. Sounders. La primero. I don't know, but I would say LAFC and Galaxy, probably LAFCs more than anything, but I might start watching that. But anyway, but that is what it feels like. Where is the identity, the sports franchise identity? The Kraken are brand new. The Mariners, y'all just retired a dude who's been here forever and they won't put his name on. Okay. Russell Wilson, peace and love, out of here. And not the first of the Seahawks people to bounce out since they built that 2006 Super Bowl team, right? Everybody keeps bouncing. Bounce. Nobody stays.
What do you expect them to play for 25 years like Tom Brady, homie?
No, they go to other teams and keep playing. What are you talking about?
Oh.
They go to other teams and keep playing. You know what I'm saying?
I just thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about
Walter Jones is the only dude that stayed here. Walter Jones is
like
literally.
You referenced to earlier.
Huh?
I said Hutch didn't, like you referenced to earlier.
Hutchinson didn't. He was one of the first. He was out. He was one of the first group that left. And people was hurt by that because they had a squad that was built on Sean Alexander being able to do this thing and slide because he don't know how to hit nobody. I can't stand that. I still remember that, man. He never trucked anybody. He would just, I never seen a running back slide so much. But anyway, that's old school stuff. If y'all from the Pacific Northwest, y'all Seattle fan, y'all know what I'm talking about because he used to always slide. He never trucked anybody. But anyway, as a fan base, I still tell you, don't ignore these feelings that y'all got of high levels of festivity. Be pissed off, right? Have an opinion. But also have a plan. What do you want? Realistically, what do you want to see from this team that will keep you still invested in being a team? Because right now, I'm a Lakers fan on the brim. And I'm like this close because they destroyed my damn franchise with LeBron and all of that. So I know what it feels like when it doesn't look good and you even have a name. If you have a name and one of those names and it don't look good, That don't feel good either. So everybody knows what they need to do. I mean, therapy sessions, you know what I mean? 12s, you know what I'm saying? I'm sending prayers to y'all so y'all sleep well tonight. Take some melatonin.
I don't know if I'll
man.
be able to sleep. I didn't sleep good last night, and maybe that's why. Maybe I just already had the zen that was going to be a bad day today. That I had to wake up and deal with this bullshit.
Wagner, you know what I'm saying? And you know they're going to probably they do him wrong too. You know, they ain't going to put his number up. You know, it's going to be a minute.
That shit is wild, bro. Like, I don't understand how it just all falls off all in one day. Like,
it's not all in one day, man. It's not all in one day. Look what happened. Once Paul Allen checked out, man. Shout out, rest in peace to the man, Paul Allen. You know what I'm saying? Had this good internet. You know what I mean? But having the Paul Allen, man, the whole decision. Look at the Trailblazers, bro. Everything that Paul Allen had since he checked out, shit.
Well,
there's something to that, man. There's something to that. And I just put that together right now, freestyle. It just came to me, you know what I'm saying? Like it always do. But yeah, there's something to that.
It was an interesting effing day, bro. Like it was crazy. Started with the Rodgers communication that we discussed offline, and then it went to the Russell Wilson thing that caught me. I'll eat crow pie for it, bro, because I ain't gonna lie. How many times did I say he ain't going anywhere? He ain't going anywhere. And I was 1,000% in that he wasn't going anywhere this year. This year for sure. And if he did, I figured that Pete would retire or whatever, which is still an opportunity to happen. So maybe I'll be right on that. 50%. I'll take 50% in my world at this point. But you know. Hey, it's a wild day, man.
In the wild, did you see Denver? Did you see Denver? I did not see Denver. Nah. I saw Chicago. I saw maybe Pittsburgh. I mean,
yeah, that was a different one.
Something, but I didn't see this though.
Yeah, well, our boy Aaron Jones will get to talk so much smack to me next year, all about his new quarterback, Russell Wilson.
Yo, they found a way. They found a way to get me to watch them CBS football though, because they got the most garbage broadcast of football ever. You got a more washed cast of characters. They had to add Nate Burleson to get somebody up there. The most washed group: Cower, and Boomer Esiason, Phil Simms, JB. Come on, man. So now I got to watch this because the AFC West is about to be lit. It's about to be wild out here.
This shit is wild. So we'll get into more of that, I'm sure, next week.
Seahawks, Broncos tickets. Get them. Hey, they play each other.
Hey, make sure you oh, yeah, that too. Hey, you remember Jones was talking about that, actually.
Yeah.
Jones and Rudy were coming up here, right?
They play each other this season.
Shout out Rudy. Shout out our boy Aaron Jones too, man. They were just talking about that, and now we have to flip. Oh shit, homie! I didn't even look at that.
So
that's crazy, dog. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. The first game back is going to be crazy. Now, like I said, Seattle fans aren't going to pull a LeBron, and they ain't gonna start burning jerseys in the streets or nothing like that. But think about how they might. That's what I'm saying. Because think about how invested. I just picked my daughter up from school, and there is a teacher who has her car painted of Seahawks of Russell Wilson. Okay, how many of those vehicles have you seen through the 3-county area, Thurston County, or probably up north more,
County, baby,
Pierce County, King County, and the one that's above us that I don't know, Snoqualmie County, down.
He said Snoqualmie. All right, yeah, that one.
There's a county up there called something. But anyway, that's above Seattle. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that's been invested in all this. People done tattooed themselves. You know what I'm saying? Russell Wilson, they never thought he would leave. You know what I'm saying? I asked my daughter, I said, what you gonna do with your Russell Wilson jersey? She said, I'm gonna wear it. I said, I like that. You know what I'm saying? But what you gonna do with this damn car you done had painted like a Russell Wilson jersey?
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I don't even know if I'll be able to sleep tonight. I got too much going on and understand all this. So hey, thank you everybody for listening. We appreciate you. If you got us on YouTube, we really appreciate you engaging and coming on here and subscribing, rate, and review. We appreciate it. Go to any podcast platform you listen to. If you're listening to us on podcast, we appreciate that too. Excuse me. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcast and online content. Follow me at Stix015. We're going to have a lot to talk about. If you weren't on there today, you missed out. And follow this guy, Anonymous Big Homie, at homie_anonymous. Yeah. There was a lot you missed out on there, so go back and reference it and check it out. Yeah. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate you. Let's stay engaged. We'll get stuff popping off. So, homie, what you got for the people before we get out of here? And I'm going to hit you up real quick right after this.
Yo, hey. It's always darkest.
Don't hurt my fucking feelings first before you get there.
It's always darkest before the dawn. Hey. It's sad today. The lady with the Russell Wilson car. This is funner.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag StixandSports.
Winners don't make excuses.